Transfer your game to multiple locations. The TripVenture editor offers a mechanism to manage and maintain a story projected onto multiple cities. Such a projection is called a variant. Usually a variant will be created if the so-called main variant's design, the story itself, has been completed. This is because when variants get created, the differences compared to the main variant are captured. Changes made to the main variant at a later stage will affect all variants that do not overwrite the part that has been changed. There are two kinds of variants, geospecific variants and non-geospecific variants. A geospecific variant is used when the same story is projected onto a different location. A non-geospecific variant takes place at the same location but has an alternative story. Using the button Variants in the top toolbar allows you to edit variants. This window contains a button called Add and lets you add a variant. Tick the checkbox Geospecific in order to create a geospecific variant. For this tutorial, we have already created two variants. The first variant is called Berlin. It's geospecific. You can tell from the green tick in the geo column. The second variant is called Paris, which is non-geospecific. To change the variant, simply use the drop-down menu in the top toolbar. The button Variant Details shows all differences between the main variant and the one currently selected. In this case, there are no differences yet. For this tutorial, we want to create differences between the variants contained within an augmented reality scene. We do this by moving the scene elements and changing the scene bounding box. After saving the changes, the differences are listed under Variant Details. All changes listed there can be restored to the main variant state. This is done by using the Rollback button. In this example, we move the scene element Erich back to the place from which we had originally moved it from. Erich is now in his original place in the augmented reality scene. We have not made changes to the Berlin variant yet. For example, the augmented reality scenes are still exactly the same as in the main variant. We change back now to the Paris variant, again back to the augmented reality scene. By using the Variants button, you can also check the differences between two variants. In our case, we will look at the differences between Berlin and Paris. As we move the scene bounding box and the augmented reality scene element Priest for Paris, but did not do so for Berlin, a difference is listed. If we had moved these elements in the Berlin variant as well, but to somewhere else, no difference would have been listed here. In this example, we transfer the changes made to the bounding box to the Berlin variant by using the Copy button. If we now have a look at the Berlin variant, we can see that the bounding box has been moved to the bottom of the augmented reality scene. Not only can changes be copied from one variant to another, but by using the Rollback button, changes can also be reverted back to the main variant state. Logging and game model validation lists all geospecific elements of a geospecific variant that have not been changed in terms of their location. There are meant as reminders to check whether the variant was adapted in its entirety. This is because most geospecific variants take place at a completely different location. As you can see in this example, Erich and the priest are still at the same location as the main variant.